Okay. Hopefully everything is working correctly. Yay. Hello. Welcome. Happy Friday. Which I forgot to change the thing. But happy March. It's now March. Yay. Couple things. The contractor had gotten delayed on the previous job, and since they didn't want to leave us without a bathroom over the weekend, so they're going to start on Monday. So Monday we may have construction noise. We'll see. Second thing, my watch did arrive. It was slightly too big, so I tried to push the pins out myself. In order to remove the links, but it was not happening because a paper clip, which is 1/16 of an inch, was too big. So I think it's 1/16. No, paper clip was 1/32 of an inch diameter. And then we didn't have anything smaller than that. I tried using like a sewing needle, one of the ones for like penning folds or whatever. Tried using that. It didn't work. So I wound up calling the local jeweler this morning and asking if they if they did that kind of thing. They also did, like, they listed that they did jewelry repairs on the shop website, which is why I called them to ask if they would do that. So they would. So we went up this morning and got some links taken out. So I now have my watch. Yay! Yeah. So I now have a watch again. Yay! Excellent. And hopefully it won't, the band won't be an issue for a while. But I'm gonna have to get used to the like two pinch open clasp thing. But yeah, so that was my old one. It, like, the where it holds the buckle, either the leather degraded or the stitching degraded, whatever. So that is dead. I mean, I can always hang it up somewhere, I guess. I don't know how, and have like a little mini watch or mini clock somewhere. But I mean, because this does still work, the watch itself. But yay! Now I will not have to worry about the band breaking in a year or so. So that's excellent. I also did a whole bunch of crochet yesterday in terms of the blanket. So I now have a massive thing of, so essentially this is the width of it now. So it's still just as long as it was, 220 stitches. But this is how wide it is now. So, and we are back to the original color skein. Because I had the two of the original, and then I did the two of the similar color story, and now we are back to the 5th skein, which is the first of the other two original colors. So lots of stripes. So that's where it is. So I spent a good bit of yesterday crocheting, and yeah. So hooray. Diamond says, hello everyone, hope your Friday afternoon is going well. You're on your last chapter of your romance billionaire book. Ooh, so exciting. Yes. Lindsay says, hiya, we're working on draft 4 of your 3rd novel. Also exciting. How many drafts do you think it's going to take? Is this going to be like the last pass, or is this, you're going to have to do another pass or two? Diane says, hello. Hello. Welcome. Becca is here. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Megan has a phone appointment in 15 minutes, but then you're ready to work on this post about Women's History Month. Exciting. Yes. Stacy says, hello. Hello. This was, I think the woo was in terms of the working watch. So yay. And also, whoa. Yes. Yeah. It's a lot of color and yarn, and you love the color scheme. So pretty. Me too. It is it's more, I guess, autumnal colors. I don't know, but I really like the earthy tones in it. So Megan says, "How fun!" Yes, you really love the colors too. Yay, good. Yeah, that was what I have additional skeins of the sort of like the separate color, but not the color changing. So if it's not big enough once I'm done with the last of the color variant skeins, then I will add blocks of color onto the end. So you're dying to crochet another blanket, but you need more yarn. I've got some yarn if you want some, but how to get it to you. And I'm also so I looked up a couple of other like amigurumis, the like plushies that you can crochet. And I really, so I've seen this one where, let me share the screen. So if you don't like the nope ropes, apologies, they'll be on the screen for a short period of time. I like the ones where they are sort of like wrapped around your arm. I think that's super cute. I would probably just send one to my nephews. But like they're adorable and I kind of want to make a snake. Plus it seems to be relatively simple. Plus I'm still on the hunt for like the chicken pattern that I want to use for the chicken and the cat. Chicken, cat, Highland cow is another one that I want to make. A few critters like that, but I have to have to find ones that are beginner friendly because I'm still not that good at it. So yeah. Lindsay says draft 4 will hopefully be the beta /arc/editor copy. Ooh, exciting. Yes. Megan says boyfriend wants me to make a blanket for his mother at some point, but I have to wait for him to buy you yarn for it and pick out colors and stuff. Gotcha. Yes. They really are cute. They are. They're really cute. And I also, okay, so here's the other one. So this one was definitely a way more ambitious that I don't think that I would be able to make in a while. But okay, so there is a YouTuber. The channel link is Complicated Knots, or the channel name is Complicated Knots. Okay, so each of the scales is either individually done or it's like a magic ring on a chain to make scales to go on top of a body. So like there's this particular one is the link for how to make the basic body, and then she shows you at the end how to make either the individual scales or the scales on a chain. And I want it, but I don't really want to spend the amount of time that it would take me as a newbie to get this. Am I sharing the screen? Yes. Okay. So it's just like, how crazy is that? Can I make it bigger? No. Okay. Yeah. But it's really the little teeny tiny little mini dragons with the coins seem like maybe doable. But the big dragon with all the scales, at my current level of skills, I think is a little much to ask. But yeah, so all the things I would like to crochet, but like maybe don't have the skill for yet. So, Megan says, I found a pattern for crocheting the Venus of Willendorf. Ooh, I haven't seen this. Venus of Willendorf. I think you spelled it right. Yes. Oh, okay. So it's the little Venus figurine. Gotcha. Okay. That seems fun. I don't know if YouTube would like demonetize or not. Well, I'm not monetized, so who cares? The little Venus figurine. She's cute. And there are plenty of them, and you can do them in all kinds of colors. But yeah. It's cute. Cool Gamer is here. Hello. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Megan says, hi, Cool Gamer. Nice new profile fix. Yes. Diane says, I need to find that one in terms of the Venus of Willendorf. It's on Ravelry. Just search for Venus, and there's a couple. So, okay. So, Brain. I saw on social media that there is a way, one of the magazines that used to have crochet patterns and things in them, you can go into their archive and search through all of their old magazines. Crochet World archived issues. Maybe that's it. I don't think that's it. I'm trying to remember. It was a YouTube short or a reel on Instagram, and I didn't pay as much attention to it as I should have. But there is an archive somewhere of all of the old magazines, and I kind of want to go through them. You love the dragons as well. That is cool. I get where you're coming from. Yeah, but it's just like, it looks so cool, but it's so. I watched through her video on how to make the base dragon, and it's complicated because the claws are a separate piece. Each of the claws are a separate piece, and I think there's 3, 6, 9, 12. There's 15 of the claws individually that you have to do, and they're very fiddly and small. And so I'm like, and then you have the arms and the legs pieces, and everything is sort of, it does require a little bit of sewing because you have to sew the pieces together. But yeah. The dragon is really cool. Again, her channel is Complicated Knots. So I consumed quite a bit of her content the other day. Cool Gamer says, hey, back to Megan, and also thanks for the avatar picture compliment. They are cute, right? You want to make one of the Venuses in a bright, vibrant color, and the pattern is free. Nice. You think Drops Design allows that as well for the archive of their pattern. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, it would have to be inch by inch, so maybe centimeter by centimeter. But yeah. So, but anyway, for right now, I was very tempted to start like one of the snakes or one of the critters, but I was just like, no, we got to finish the blanket first, because if you start going on to other projects, you're just going to leave the blanket unfinished. So the blanket has to be done first. That is in my brain how it's going to go, because I have the body of one of the mini dinosaurs, and I have the body, most of the body of an octopus, and I just haven't gone back to them once I started something new. So, maybe by the time I finish the blanket, then I will be amenable to finishing the dinosaur and the octopus, and then I can move on to snakes and cats and chickens and all that kind of stuff. Or dragons. Let's be honest. I'm going to make stuff that I want to make, and then I'm going to send it probably to my nephews or my my sort of pseudo nieces at heart, as an excuse for like, here, I made this for you. But really, I just wanted to make it. So, yeah. Anyway. Diane says wise choice in terms of like finishing what I've started first. Yeah. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. Exactly. Exactly. All right, let's pull a card. Ooh, we have the hummingbird in the inverted position. And the main message for the hummingbird is be here now. So it's a live in the moment, live in the present reminder. All right, let's find the hummingbird. If I could sing the alphabet in my head, it would probably be better. I'm just flipping in the incorrect direction. Here we go. Okay. All righty. So here's our hummingbird. Our lovely hummingbird. I don't know what kind of hummingbird this image is based off of, but there it is. It's very cute. All right. So again, this was in the upside down position. So be here now. Nectar is everywhere, but the hummingbird is here to remind you that flying from flower to flower and being all over the place wastes precious energy. Be still, be here now in the present moment, enjoying the sweetness and the sustenance available to you. Focus on one flower today, just one. Nectar is here for you, and the hummingbird's message is that whatever you put your attention to is where your energy will flow. Are you focused on the sweetness or on finding something better somewhere else? Always yearning and feeling that life is not enough and you are not enough. All you seek is right here, right now. Appreciate the present, and you will see that you are where you need to be and enjoying what you are entitled to enjoy in this timeless and perfect moment. Very nice. Okay, so it is a reminder to be focused on a limited number of things, but it's also a reminder to focus on the things that actually matter, and maybe not focus on the negative things, if that makes sense. Becca says, "Ooh, I needed to hear that. I have so much work to do. You're feeling overwhelmed for the stream. You are only going to work on your book." Yes, I like that. Just pick one thing and focus as much as possible, which is what the sprints are meant to be anyway. Right? So, all right, I have my document open, which is great. I have one of my documents open. So I have to pull out my outline still. So one, I need to set up the timer, don't I? Present, share screen, share screen. All right. One, save your document. Two, make sure that you have something to hydrate with. So cheers. Three, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. And four, make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 25 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. I felt like I was getting into a role there. Felt like a decent sprint. Yes, 'twas a decent sprint. Um, that's right. I have to swap over to March now. Um, okay, I'm gonna have to remember how I did my rollover for the year to date situation in yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have to adjust my spreadsheet during the next sprint. Um, shouldn't take too long, but yeah. Oh, I got 1,000 words, just a little over. Oh no, Lindsay, that scared me, but it made you want to dance. Oh no, I'm sorry it scared you, but yay for making you dance. Okay. Also, don't forget to stretch. I'm still sort of like working out the kinks and soreness from moving the cabinet and hutch into the kitchen. Things just don't quite recover quite as quickly as they used to, which is sad. But anyway, Precious is here and says, "Hi, everybody. You're doing your essay. Excellent." And Jen is here. Hello. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Diamond got 413 words. Nice. For your last chapter. You're also writing on Amazon Vella. Nice. Nice, nice. Excellent. Becca got a chunk of a new scene written. Yay. Megan says, "I had my doctor's appointment via phone and then called your other doctor to ask a question and to get your prescription moved over since apparently your usual pharmacy can no longer accept the usual format of prescription submission." Interesting. So, like, did they swap software maybe? I don't know. That seems odd. Rachel says, "I just got in from watching other live streams today. Lots going on." Yes. Yes, yes, because it's the first of the month. So Rachel says, "Hello, everybody." Hello. Welcome. Lindsay says, "Hiya, Rachel." Hello. Diane says, "Hiya, Rachel." Yeah, in terms of like the prescriptions and stuff, my mom is always having to call around to check every 6 months or so for her regular prescription because it's apparently not it's not a super common medicine, but she also cannot have the generic of it. Like she has to have the brand name because the generics don't do quite the same thing. Um, so whatever the formula is for the brand name of the one that she wants, she has to have that. Otherwise, it's no bueno. So, yeah, so she always has to call around, about every 5 or 6 months and check the pharmacy prices because they'll tell her that like the refill is going to be X number of dollars. She's like, "Whoa, why is it all of a sudden like $100 more?" So then she has to go call around, and so it's just a thing that she has to do. So I don't know if it's like suppliers, if it's logistics, if it's the software, if it's who, I don't know. I don't know why, but it's something she has to do every 6 months or so. Let's see. Not sure. They told you their systems were down last week. Ooh. And apparently they still are not up, but they're only accepting phone in or faxed prescriptions. Okay, so you had to get your doctor to then like phone it in. Gotcha. Rachel says, I am getting my Prep Nano folder out and filling out what you have listed as your daily thing to do. Nice. Nice, nice. So I guess yes, because March is Prep March if you are doing Camp April. So yeah, today would be the day to start the prep for next month if you are starting a new draft. Or if you were planning revisions and that kind of thing. Maybe I should look at that. No. We'll do that after the stream because Hummingbird said focus on one thing. Hummingbird said work on one thing. Diane says, spending some time in the art studio today. It's been a while. Yay for art. I was thinking I still have not tried out the slow dry medium on my acrylic. So it's one of the things that I wanted to do last year and haven't. So I still have to do that. But I was thinking about maybe pulling out my easel and painting something. But yeah. But again, that might have to wait until after I'm done crocheting. Because paint plus crochet and yarn probably are not the best combo to have in a small like corner of the room at the same time. At least not open paint. Rachel says, I want to be more organized this time in terms of Camp Nano. Gotcha. For your meds, they cannot do phone-in prescriptions. Oh, so you had to find a new pharmacy. Okay, gotcha. That's frustrating. 1,000 Great Books. It says, hello. Hello. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Diane's like, I forgot I got April. Rachel says, I'm editing / writing / revising book 4, Vampires and Vendettas. I love alliteration in a title, and you have had so many good ones. What's your is it Dragons and Dangers Doppelganger? Now I've forgotten it. Now my brain is like, what the heck? Let me just go look at your website. Doppelgangers and Deceit. There we go. And then Pax and Portal. And so, okay, gotcha. I love the alliteration in those. Yes. Mwah. Mwah. So good. Vampires and Vendettas is also a good one. And in On the Wings for Writers, Shirley is posting one thing to do each day that will culminate in a very good start to the actual camp and yet not overwhelm you. Ooh, okay. So On the Wings for Writers? Yes. Let's see if this is the correct website link. Yes, no. Rachel, you may have to post the link for where it is. I think this is the website. If it's not, you're gonna have to let me know where it is. So I think that's the Wix site. I think is the correct. Of course, it could be posting on social media rather than on the website itself. In which case, I don't know which social media it's on. Diane says, I'm going to try and be in the studio for just a couple hours, and because you have writing to get into. Yes. Yeah. Megan says, I miss having an area to paint in. I used to love oil paintings. that's one of one of the mediums that I would love to try is oil, because that's what my grandmother painted in. And I have been told on several occasions that I use acrylics like people normally use oils somehow. I don't, which is one of the reasons why I got the slow dry medium, so that I can mix them with the acrylics and have closer to oil dry time. Not really not oil dry time, but like closer. So I can do a little bit more blending with the acrylics anyway. Diane says, I pulled the Fool today. Ooh, you see it is a good sign. Yes, absolutely. Doppelgangers and deceit, pacts and portals, demons and disaster, vampires and vendettas. And the last in this particular series will be dragons and dreams. Nice. Love the alliteration. Yes. Becca says, part of me wants to spend the day unpacking, just to not live in chaos anymore. But I also have to get these new scenes written. But if I unpack, then I can spend the next 3 days just writing. Oh no. You did say at the beginning that you wanted to just focus on the writing for the stream. But if you want to spend a 30-minute sprint unpacking, or like choose 3 boxes to unpack, just like, but once you get started, it's hard to stop by now. So, okay. So on the Wings for Writers, it's in Facebook and on the Discord where she's posting it. So there's the Facebook link for it. Gotcha. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Diane says, I vote unpacking, otherwise it's going to drive you crazy, but I may be projecting. And here is the Discord link for On the Wings for Writers. Megan says, oil is somewhat easier than acrylics in my opinion. I love mixing paints using oil. So I would love to try it, and eventually one day I will, but definitely got to use what I have first. So in terms of like an entire wall full of acrylics. So, all right, let's do the next sprint, shall we? Second sprint, as always, is your self-promo sprint. So if you have something that you would like to promote, now is your chance to do so during this sprint. So that means if you have a YouTube channel, Twitch channel, Etsy store, Amazon author page, websites, blogs, social media handles, etc., that are writing adjacent, please let us know where to find you. Just remember that if you do not have a blue wrench of power, you will not be able to post direct links. That being said, my self-promo is if you are not subscribed and you would like to be, or you are considering it, please consider. What else? I think that's it for the moment. All right. So 1, save your document. 2, take a sip of whatever it is that you are hydrating with. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. And 4, make sure if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so that was a sprint. I got 519 words before I went into the bujo, and was a little bit distracted. Also, our door knocked, or someone knocked on our door. It was the um, guys who are going to be delivering our tile for next week's bathroom renovation. So it's raining today, so it's like everything needs to be brought in like as quick as it can into the garage so that it's not like still, so it doesn't get too wet or have to like dry out type of thing. So anyway, we had something delivered this morning. I don't remember what it was, but then we have more tile being delivered now. So there's that. So I got 519. I did fix my spreadsheet. That was another thing that took some time for this sprint. And I realized, I think I talked about this last session, that when numbers get too long, like in over 1,000 or whatever, sometimes I have trouble delineating how many there are. And so I went in and did the formatting where you have the commas in there. But then I had to go in and like adjust the settings for that setting because I don't need the 2 decimal places. So that was also, anyway, so I have fixed it to where March will automatically create the sum of the month as I'm putting in the sprint timers. So it automatically calculates the daily total and then it rolls that into the monthly total. And then that gets picked up by my dashboard, and then rolled into the 2024 yearly total. So I have some things automated. I still didn't figure out how to do everything and have that automated, but I have the bare minimum of what I want. So yeah, so that's that. But anyway, so I do have the daily, monthly, and year-to-date total, and as well as the full year totals automatically calculating. So, yay. That's my, like, I need to know this so I don't have to do the extra math. But yeah, also second sprint. So make sure you do your self promo. Again, my self promo is just, if you are not subscribed, please consider it. That is my self promo. Okay, so Lindsay says, I sprint on Tuesdays and Fridays and have a website that is your name, Lindsay Ewing. And that's all you're allowed. Just the sprinting or the website or both. Rachel says, I have a TikTok, Rach D Writer, and a YouTube, Rachel D Adams, and you just posted a new, quote, aggressively helpful writing advice, end quote, video. That sounds fun. It accompanies your Medium article that goes further into depth. Nice. Megan says, check out everything I do on the web, including links to the Substack and other works. And here is Megan's link tree. Ashley is excited. You think you just finished your taxes? Yay. Yay, indeed. That's one of the things I need to do this month because I have not done it yet. I do have, I have the documents from Amazon and my previous workplace. So I have them. Ashley was, and it says, I was like, so that's where all my money went when you saw your expenses. Yeah. A lot of my money goes to snacks. Snacks and pens and stickers and yarn this year. A good bit has gone to yarn. So CB is here. Hello. You're still dealing with the aftermath of your writing group disbanding, but you are here. Yeah, that your group disbanded. Ashley says, no, so sorry. That's sad. Yes. Yes, it is. Ashley says, trying to go through my screenplay and shorten the dialogue by 30%. Nice. That's a good chunk. CB says there's a reason for it that you're not going to disclose, but it is what it is, and you're going to try and set up a new group with help. Nice. That'll be lovely, I think. CB and Rachel are going to go check on some food. Yes, thank you very much. Diamond says, nice on your 500 words. Just finished your last chapter. Yay! So you're on to creating your new story doc, your new story on docs for your character and what is going to be in it. Nice. Excellent. Thog says, it's raining here too, a cold winter rain. Yeah, it dropped. So in the past, 4 days, 3 days ago, really, 3 days ago, 2 days ago, 2 days ago. So within the past 4 days, but 2.5 to 3 days ago, the high was in the 70s. It was 72, just delicious weather, wonderful weather. And today the high, I think, is 46. So it's a 30, 25 to 30 degree drop in temperature because of, right now it's 42. And the high is now 45. So yeah, it's just that sudden drop is just no fun. No fun at all. Becca says, almost finished with this new scene. You're thinking that once you finish, then you can switch to unpacking. Yes, that way you feel more accomplished. Yes, I like that plan. Ashley says, I spent so much on Facebook ads in 2023 for my books. You spent more on ads in 2023 than what your husband used to make working full time. Oh goodness, that is a lot. That is a lot. Was the return on investment equal, or did it give you profit? Was it good? Was it worth it? CB says it's also tax season here, but because you're unemployable, you don't pay taxes, which is nice because that's one thing off your plate. Ashley says, I switched over to Amazon ads the past few months and it seems to be working better. Okay, you are being coached by Brian Cohen's coach, Quinn. You love it so far. Already seeing big improvements. That's good. That's good. CB says 5 more days before you get 26 days from writing. Goodness gracious. 53 degrees, Alabama. Yeah, that's a mashup for sure. CB says, I'm 5 days away from having written for 100 days straight. Wow. Ashley says, I still made a profit, but I made the same in 2023 as in 2022, but you spent less on ads in 2022. You think you need to check. Gotcha. You spent half of your Amazon royalties on ads, pretty much. I guess that's not too bad. Yeah, I mean, it's not too bad, but if you're spending half of what you're making in order to, I guess I would want to crunch the numbers. This would make a really good video, by the way, if you, even if you just gave us percentages. You don't necessarily have to give us the dollar amounts, but if you gave us the percentages, I would be interested in knowing, how much you made back, and was it enough? Because I don't know if you should be making 50% more. I don't know if you should be making 75% more back, or if you should be making 100% back. I'm just curious because I don't know necessarily. I'm not to that point where I am able to treat it like that type of business yet. So I am interested in this kind of number crunching and how much ROI, return on investment, do you get? Ashley says, I feel like I should probably be making more than twice what you spent on ads. Yeah. Like you should be able to make that much again from what you spent. Quinn says it should be 4 times. You're like, yes, please. Right? Right? Ashley says, I don't mind saying the amounts. So you spent $24,000 on Facebook ads and made about $53,000 total on Amazon 2023. Can you, and this is the thing where like, are you able to, with the ads that you see, are you able to see the click-through rate? Like, can you examine the click-through rate to actual purchases? Or, I mean, but yeah, that's a significant amount of money on ads. And then, yeah, I feel like you should make more than that back. Then you spent $11,000 on Facebook ads for your Shopify store, but you pretty much broke even on those because of the high shipping cost. You might have lost a bit. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, these are fascinating numbers. So if you have a video about this already, let me know. Or if you ever do decide to do a video on this, I would be absolutely fascinated. Because I don't know. I mean, it's rare that people like talk about money and how much they're making. It's so rare. That's why when you get an insider look at things, it's fascinating. But it's, again, I'm no pressure. I'm just me saying like, I'm curious. I'm nosy. But yeah, if you do not wish to indulge people's curiosity and nosiness, then it's fine. But yeah, so printing/shipping, you were selling only paperbacks on Shopify, no ebooks. Gotcha. You don't care at all. Oh, good. I'm glad that my nosiness is not offending you. Mom Maggie is here. Hello, just stopping in to wish happy productivity to all. Happy productivity to you, and I hope that the wind and weather is not. Are y'all expecting snow this weekend? Is that what's happening? I feel like that's what's happening. I'm not sure. Ashley says, it's funny because I think I did better in 2022, but usually I do better every year. It's because I went down a massive rabbit trail of putting all your time into trying to sell direct on Shopify, which did not work for me. Such a bummer. Gotcha. But at least now you know, right? That's the one thing, is like you have to try these things to know whether or not the model works for you, or whether or not like the platform is user friendly enough to you as a writer and seller, or like it's hard to know without trying. And like, in order to try it, you have to devote a good chunk of time and energy, which sucks. Maggie says, it feels so hard to make it now as a writer. Yeah. Ashley says, 8 months. I want to cry when I think about how many new books I could have written instead. You live and learn. We do. That is the thing. We do live and learn. So, Ashley says to Mama Maggie, everyone is different. I have made lots of mistakes. And Mom Maggie says, I can't look at the screen. Oh no. So I just have to hope the speech to text is working. It is working, and it's working very well. I hope that it's not a super bad migraine or anything. Hopefully you're just busy multitasking. But if it is a migraine, I hope you feel better soon. All right, we are going to do another sprinty sprint. I'm just going to keep us going with the 30-minute babbling brook. It is a migraine day again. Gotcha. Yeah. That stinks. Stinks and sucks. All right. Somebody else was telling me that they get really bad migraines in the early spring as well. And I didn't know if it was like the light reflecting off of snow, if it was like the first pollens, or if it was just like their body being rude to them. I suspect some of theirs was maybe all of the above, but hopefully it gets better today. Agent Mayhem is doing his job and has caught you twice. Oh, good. Such a good dog. Such a good dog. Yes. Okay. CB says, I'm sorry, Mom Maggie, migraines are the worst. And Mom Maggie says, you are so sweet, CB. Alrighty, let's go ahead and do another sprint. We're going to use the 30 minutes of the Babbling Brook. I'm going to save my document. 2, that's number 1, save. Number 2, take a sip. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. I'm like 2 sentences away from the end of this scene, I think. So I'm just gonna finish it. Okay. Yay. Excellent. Okay, 1152 that time. Okay, excellent. Excellent. Yay. Okay. Let's see. Heather popped in and said hello. Hello. You're wrapping up some client work, almost ready to submit some documents. Excellent. Steve was asking, is there really a difference in the US versus UK for parent nights? And so Heather chimed in and said, does that mean open house where the parents and kids go and the children show their parents the classroom and such? I said yes and no. They have quote unquote open house nights where you meet the teachers, you get the schedule, you walk around the school, figure out where everything is. But then there are also parent teacher conferences and then additional sort of like open house pseudo nights for choosing electives and or like upcoming, like when you promote a student from one school building to the next. So like middle to high type of thing. So CB was saying it's more like when the parents make an appointment with the teacher to talk about what the kid has been doing. So in the US, that's parent-teacher conferences. And now they do them at the beginning, like right before school or right after school. It's very rare anymore that they go past like 4:30 or so because now they have to have an administrator. So principal or assistant principal present, as well as a counselor, and then teachers. So generally, the administrators want to go home. Teachers want to go home. So they're usually either right before school. So like if first period starts at like 8:30, then the conference will be at 8. If it's in the afternoon, school lets out at 3:45. The conference will be at 4, and run till like 4:30. It's very rare that you have it was very rare to have them sort of like stacked. So like you wouldn't have one at 4 and then have one at 4:30 and then have one at 5. That's just not they would schedule it for a different day. You would, however, have maybe 2 going on at once. So if you were in one room in the counseling suite or the meetings area, you might have one administrator and group of teachers meeting with a parent in one room, and then in another conference room, you would have another group going on. But generally, that was it. So, yeah. Cebu said you did them at like 7 p.m. And I don't know if they used to do that, and that is no longer a thing, or if that's a difference between UK, US. I don't know. But generally, it's like a right before, right after school thing. And I think that's because teachers now are they're a lot more cognizant that if you work outside of your teaching contract hours, there's no real return for that. So, yeah. CB says, I'm rewriting Avengers Web Chronicles just now, and that's why you needed to know. Excellent. Hopefully, all that discussion helped. Cool Gamer is back. Diane finished in the studio for today, and now on to writing after a bit of a mental break. Excellent. Ashley was looking back at records and says, man, oh man, in 2022, you spent $13,000 on Facebook ads and made $53,000 on Amazon. Yeah, you do think Facebook ads work, but it seems like you can really hit a ceiling and spend too much and not make more. Yeah, I would say in that case for 2024, cap your spending for Facebook ads at $13,000 or $14,000, and like just don't. Just like have that be your budget for Facebook ads. And yeah, but you've heard other authors say that too. Yeah. Yeah, I would say if there's no difference between spending 13,000 and 23,000 or 24,000, I would say if there's no difference in your return, yeah, if there's no difference in return, there's no reason to spend double to get that return. Yeah. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. Diamond says, I decided to make a fantasy action and adventure kind of story. Nice. Just cannot decide on a name at the moment for it. I already know what it's going to be about so far. Nice. So there was a social media post where you like pick and choose your the words for your title, and these are words that are like commonly in fantasy stories. And let me see if I can pull up, because I wrote it down because I was like, oh, these are good words. Of course, it's been a while since I opened it, so I don't know. Not real sure. Maybe it's nope, it's not a noun. Anyway, so it would be things like a kingdom. So you would choose like kingdom, land, empire, sanctuary, forest, like something like that. So you'd have a noun that usually delineated a place. So like a place noun. And then you would have, so a place of, and then you would have a new word to choose from, and it would be like I'm not describing this. So you'd have a place name, so a place noun, and then you would have a place of, and then you would have blank and blank, or blank and blank, blank or blank, excuse me. So it would be a formula. So you would have a place, so let me find this because it's going to annoy me. Let me find this. Okay, and it was done by here, let me share this. Share my screen anyway. Present share screen. Window. Nope. Why is this? Here we go. Okay, so let me zoom in. So you would choose your birth month. So for me, March, Sanctuary. For somebody who's born in October, Chronicle, which is not a place name, so I remembered that wrong. So you would choose your birth month, and then you would look at your phone battery or something else, and you would say, okay, well, how much battery do I have left? I currently have 92%. So mine would be in the 90 to 100, and so I would have fairies. Or if you don't like fairies, you might swap it out for something like banshee or something like that. So you would have sanctuary of fairies or banshees, and then you would go with your first name initial. So in my case, Death. So a sanctuary of fairies in Death or sanctuary of banshees in Death. But if you were an October baby, you would have a chronicle of, and let's say you were at 29%, a chronicle of wolves, and let's see, your name starts with O, stars, a chronicle of wolves and stars. So I find that this type of like fill in the blank Mad Lib situation is kind of fun. And because these are keywords that do appear in titles quite often in terms of the fantasy realm or the fantasy romance, I find that this is kind of a fun situation. So I will leave this up while we are chatting a little bit so that you can where'd it go? And then maybe scroll. There we go. So I'll leave that up. Julie, yeah, I think I'm about done for the day. So yes, unfortunately, you did miss it, but it's okay. I will be back, I'm sure. Both you and I will be back on Sunday. Let's see. Becca finished your new scene. Woohoo! Excellent. Yay. CB says, when I was in primary school, the teachers of each year met with the parents. Secondary school was a bit different for each. Each parent had like a 10-minute appointment with the teachers one at a time. Ooh, that is, I wonder how big your school was and whether or not that's a factor in it, because a lot of American schools are very large. Not all of them, but a lot of them. So like you would have, of course, it depends on where you are as well. But like in the suburbs, you would have classes that are like 500 to 1,000 students big, and the teachers just can't, like that's a whole lot of time if you met 10 minutes with each parent at a time and every parent. So Ashley says, I'm moving that entire budget over to Amazon ads. They definitely seem to be working better for you. Maybe because you're in KU. Maybe. Angie released 4 new books in 2023. Exciting. Yes. You live and learn. Quinn did agree that Facebook ads hit a ceiling, but with Amazon ads, you can really scale a lot. Oh, good. Good. You're welcome. Yeah, hopefully this helps. So Heather says, finishing up my emails and attaching documents. Excellent. Yes, don't forget to attach the documents. That is a thing. Julie says, sounds about right for you. You were talking. It's okay. Diamond says, I was thinking about a time travel story. Ooh. Okay, in that case, chronicle, because chronicle usually deals with history or like the record of things. So a chronicle could be fun to have in there. And then you could do or clock. A chronicle of or a clock of. I think chronicle would fit better. And then depending on sort of like what kind of fantasy realm you're going into, if you're having wizards, so a chronicle of wizards and time, or a chronicle of wizards and, or if you don't want chronicle, you could do things like Sandglass, or you could just have the Sandglass on the time, on the Sandglass timer on the cover image, so it would be implied. So I don't know. A chronicle of something, a time of wizards and wraiths. things like that. So let's see. CB says we had 865 pupils and about 13% were special needs. So, okay. Yeah. Thank you for the idea. You might use those. Excellent. Yay. Ooh, virtual reality time travel. Ooh, okay. Interesting. So if it's like in a virtual reality in terms of like in a game, then you could swap out Chronicle for game. Or you could do things like a chronicle of no, I don't like that. Hmm. Let's see. You said it's going to be fantasy adventure. Let's see, where was it? Fantasy action adventure, virtual reality, and time travel. Time travel, virtual reality. If it's virtual reality, it makes it more sci-fi than fantasy. But if you're going into a reality where it's fantasy, I mean, it could still fit as sci-fi. You could do something along the lines of like a gear of virtual time. I don't know why I'm stuck on gear. You don't have to have gear, but I mean, you could do different things, but it depends on sort of like what you're wanting your story to be about, because you've got fantasy, you've got adventure, you've got virtual reality, you've got time travel. It depends on which of those you want to highlight as being sort of the theme, the setting, the clue, whatever it is that you want to hint at with the title. Diane says you went back into the studio to fix something that hubby noticed. Of course, once he said it, it was obvious. Yeah. Sometimes, your partners are like so infuriatingly logical, right? CB says, for research purposes, I could recommend both Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. Okay, so it is going to be a sci-fi rather than focus on fantasy. Okay, so there may be you might be able to hunt around for one of these that is more centered on sci-fi rather than fantasy. Or you could make your own, depending on, and then just like pick and choose Mad Lib style what you want. So yeah, these are definitely more fantasy than sci-fi. So, R.A. Morley, hello, welcome. Hope we're having a fabulous day. Thank you. I am as well. But I think that is going to be that is going to be it for me today. I've got some soup on the stove that I need to go check on. And then, did I save that? I hope I did. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, we're gonna shoot. We'll recover it. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Anyway, so you're called to save it before you close it. I'll recover it, but it'll be fine. All right. So again, save, sip, stretch, snack, whatever you need to do. I will see y'all on Sunday. If not, I will see y'all Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And Monday and Wednesday, we may hear some construction noise depending on how. Monday, probably, because they're going to be demoing what exists in the bathroom. Hopefully, they'll get over most of the destruction in the morning, but we'll see. So Monday, I may just be like sprinting all the way through, not a whole lot of chatting, just to cover some of the noise. So anyway, that's the case. So again, thank you very much, and I will see y'all soon. Bye.